So why should we look at primary sources if all the information we need to know about the past is in a textbook? What can they tell us and how can they help us learn about history and Ontario's past? Well, primary sources can help us understand how people felt about conditions or events or circumstances that they went through in the past. They're a great way to empathize and understand what people were going through in Ontario's past. Looking at people's reactions to major historical events or other persons through primary sources can help us understand significance, how these events or individuals impacted people living at home and at the time, and why we continue to talk about them today. So for example, looking at letters from soldiers and people in Ontario during the First World War, we can understand what it was like to be in the middle of the fighting and the impact of the war on people's families, work, and lives. Primary sources can help us understand the world in which the people of the past operated, the larger forces at work around them which shape their thoughts and actions. We call this historical perspective. Looking at newspapers or magazines from the past is a great way to immerse yourself in a particular time and place. When we look at reasons and outcomes and studying the past, we're actually thinking about the beliefs, actions, and circumstances that led to the outcomes of history. What caused people to react the way they did and what were behind their decisions. Looking at primary sources can help us understand where they came from, their thoughts, read their decisions, and really get a sense of what they were thinking when they moved to a new place, bought something new, decided to enlist in the army, or made a decision that changed their lives. Primary sources can help us understand those decisions. Now, when we look at the reasons that things happen in history, we're actually talking about the actions, the beliefs, the causes of people's reactions and stories in history. And by looking at those causes and reasons why people made decisions or chose to take on a new role or move to a new place, we can learn more about the consequences and have a fuller story as to why things ended up the way they did. So cause and consequence are really illustrated through primary sources. They help us find out why people did things and what happened after. Looking at primary sources is an excellent way to analyze how a place, people, or activity may have changed over time, or how something in the past compares to your life today. By comparing moments or places in the past with the present, we can understand continuity, what has stayed the same, and understand what has changed. So by looking at a photo of students in a classroom in Ontario's past and comparing it to your classroom in school today, we can clearly connect parts of our lives with the past. Looking at primary sources can help us understand the past in new ways, and it can also give us a chance to bring our own experiences to understanding the past and history. Our biases and experience shape how we read the past and historical records. Looking at primary sources can help us form our own opinions about Ontario's past.